excited this week to play Idaho State at home, another home game. You know, they're a talented team. They got a lot of good players. And really it's more about the way that we compete, the way we execute, and getting the things we're asking our kids to do in practice. So I got my little card here. Hold on a second. I got the players of the game. Defensively, Halcia Sakona on defense. We had 2 players of the game on offense. McLean Mannix and Sean Krebs did a great job. And Ramiz Ahmad is our kicker, who's a walk-on that we found in our walk-on tryouts. It kicked off, did an incredible job in the game with his touchbacks, and he was a special teams player of the game.
Looking at Idaho State, their running back Flanagan, pretty good player. I mean, it looks like an FBS talent running back. Just talk about what
he's a talented back. They do some great things schematically on offense. They play up-tempo. They play fast. So this should really be an exciting game for our fans. It should be a back-and-forth, up-tempo game with a lot of action. Their quarterback does a good job operating the offense and their runs and passes and putting the ball on the perimeter. They run a lot of perimeter screens. They throw the ball down the field. So it should be a really exciting game. A lot of plays to be made on both sides of the ball. We're going to have to really be sharp on the perimeter. Our pass defense is going to have to really be dialed in. So, you know, there'll be a challenge. And you know, we've got to show maturity and come back and have a great week of practice. We had a really good day today, work day on Tuesday. And really dial our guys in to keep pressing for the type of execution that we want, both offensively and defensively.
What went into the decision to go with Kamen as a starter this week?
You know, we just really felt like it was a good time to give Kamen an opportunity. You know, we're not entirely pleased with where we're at in the passing game right there at this point. We would like to play much better. We would like to throw for a higher percentage. We feel like we've got some guys running open, and we need to take advantage of it. So, you know, Kamen's had a really good camp. The kid has shown a lot of maturity. You know, one of the big things about playing quarterback is the things you do off the field are almost as equally important as what you do on the field. And the study time that you put in, the investment that you put in the meeting room, understanding the offense, understanding the defense, really gives you an opportunity to play well on Saturday. So, you know, we've been pressing that since we've gotten here, and we're still pushing for it. You know, we want a quarterback that's going to study. We want a quarterback that can lead his teammates, and we want a quarterback that can execute accurately on Saturday. So that's really important. We feel like we got some good kids. We're going to help them all improve and get better as players. But we just felt like it was a good time to give KC an opportunity.
Touched on a little bit, but what kind of young man is he?
He's a tremendous leader. Did just a great job at the high school level. Really a hard worker, serious about the game of football. And he's just natural leadership skills. He's already made a big impact in our locker room as a true freshman. And some kids just have that way about them, and the maturity to take accountability. You know, he made a mistake on the field today, and he was the first guy to say that was my fault. And, you know, great players, great quarterbacks that I've been around, that's the personality they have. They don't make excuses. They take full responsibility and accountability for their actions, and they put it on themselves. If they make a mistake, they work twice as hard not to make it again. And that's the quality of a leader, and KC definitely has that.
What is it that stood out on his film that made you believe he could be a quarterback at this level when a lot of other people tried to change him?
You know, you know, sometimes kids get labeled as athletes just because they're athletic. I mean, I remember Steve Young when he was a young player, you know, running all over the place. He was a great athlete, and people tried to label him that instead of being a good quarterback. KC has athletic ability, but he He thinks like a quarterback. He studies the game. He understands concepts. He understands defenses. And he finds open receivers. And, you know, one of the qualities I love about him on his high school film is a lot of guys, when they run, you know, their eyes go down and they really don't see the field. Well, Casey has this great talent to run and with his eyes downfield and continue to look for open receivers. So that's very difficult to defend. He's an accurate passer. He can throw the deep ball, and you know, really has a lot of qualities we look for in a quarterback. So we were really excited to recruit him. He's a kid that could have went to Power 5 schools, but really zeroed in on a mid-major. He always wanted to play at a mid-major. He felt like that's where he could make his impact, and you know, we're really excited to watch him compete this week.
On signing day, I mean, you even said he was the quarterback of the future. I mean, it seemed like you were pretty confident in what he could do, you know, before he even stepped on the field here.
I really liked his qualities. I just think he's a mature kid. You know, he thinks like the coaches think, and that's really important, you know, that you have a player that reflects your personality as a coach, because they get it quicker. They understand what you want faster, and they reflect what you want done on the field. And so, you know, Casey certainly has that. He's a serious competitor. He's a great teammate, and that's so important at quarterback, because you have to have people rally around you, and you have to have leadership skills. And Casey certainly has demonstrated a lot of those as a young player in a short amount of time that he's been here. So, you know, he's young. I know he'll have his share. He'll have some mistakes, but he'll also make a lot of plays, and I think he'll learn from the opportunity of playing.
In your mind, are you still looking for that position to settle down, or are you in a week-to-week kind of trial and error basis?
No, we feel like it's the best thing for KC to play right now. That's where we're at.
What do you want to see from him in this game to say, okay, he's ready for the moment, he's ready for this?
I want to see him compete, and I want to see him lead our offense is what I want to see him do. And you know, really what we're asking all of our team to do is execute what we do in practice. And we haven't gotten that yet. We've gotten it in spurts, but we need to see more of that. And right now we're not completing enough passes to sustain drives and to move the chains and to be good on third down. You know, that's something that we haven't done a very good job of in the first two games, is winning on third down and moving the chains. And so we've got to do a better job of that. And so, you know, that position's no different than any other position on the field. We evaluate it every week, and we want to see that position play at a high level, give our team an opportunity to compete and win. And so we just feel like we need to do that offensively. We need to take a look at another player in there to see if he can execute our offense better.
When you say you want players to listen to coaching, what exactly do you mean by that?
It means when we tell them to do something, we want them to do it. That's what coaching is. It's pretty simple. I've been around a lot of great veteran coaches, and coaching is very simple. You tell somebody to do something, and then you follow through and make sure that they do it. And so we're not seeing enough of that on Saturdays. You know, sometimes players revert back to old habits that they've had before you got here, and it's our job to make sure that they don't do that they do the things that we ask them to do. Our offense works. These plays are really good plays, and if they trust their technique and the things that they're being coached to do, we're going to see a lot of success. And so we're already seeing, you know, pretty strong success without doing a lot of things right. And so we feel like if we can, you know, continue down that road, be more exact in what we're doing, clean up our technique, we're going to see a lot more production offensively.
When did you see Casey really start separating himself from Cornwell and Ganji?
I think he's had an excellent camp all camp. You know, one of the things is it's difficult to practice all your quarterbacks all the time, and so we've tried to give all of them opportunities to show what they can do. You know, and Casey's always been prepared for his opportunity. He's always shown really great flashes of doing what we're asking him to do. And so, you know, we just felt like that, you know, he's continued to work hard. He's stayed in the moment, And, you know, the last few weeks he's practiced very well, and we felt like he needed this opportunity.
The other side of the ball, I mean, it seems like defenses played pretty well. They've just been on the field a lot. I mean, is it kind of hard to gauge exactly where you are there just because they have been out there for about 40 minutes a game?
No, that's two things. The defense has got a responsibility to get off the field and stop them on third down, and then offensively we have a responsibility to extend drives. So that's been a twofold problem for us as a team, is that we haven't won third down. Defense hasn't gotten off the field, and then we haven't been able to sustain drives to stay on the field offensively. And so we've got to continue to press for improvement in that. And, you know, we work hard in that practice, working on those third down situations against one another. And, you know, we got to find ways to do that. You know, Toledo was a very talented team. You know, they run the ball when they feel like it. They throw it when they feel like it. And, you know, we didn't do a good enough job of getting off the field defensively. So that's something I know Coach Castile's been stressing with our guys. And then offensively, on the flip side, we got to do a better job of executing on third down, of moving the chains and staying on the field.
Wayne Mannix, one of your true freshmen that's making an impact. Has he maybe exceeded expectations so far?
You know, he's played awfully well, and you know, it was kind of exciting on the one play when Deion Henley scored. We had three true freshmen on the field, freshman receivers. You know, Elijah Cooks and McLean and Deion and but we want to give those guys an opportunity. You know, as we move forward, we're probably going to see a lot of freshmen playing. A lot of our freshmen are continuing to improve. We've only had them for a few weeks, really. You know, most of our freshmen got here in July, and so we only had them a few weeks before camp started. A lot of them are really getting in game shape now. You're seeing guys like Henley running a lot better, and Mannix. You know, Elijah Cook was injured for about 3 weeks and couldn't even practice, and now he's getting his legs underneath him. So McLean's played very well. He's very natural in this offense. He played it in high school. And so I think that's probably got a little bit an advantage for him too, that he kind of understands what to do. And as we bring those other guys along in understanding, I think we'll start seeing a lot more production from them as well.
Coach, you say the team hasn't won the third down. Do you see a shift in energy after those plays? How do they respond?
No, I think, you know, that's always a big down in football. And you know, when you can sustain drives, I think you get a shot in the arm both offensively and defensively. You know, we really got to rise up on those plays. You know, we talk about it on our bench even. You know, when the offense is on the field, we ask the defense to get up and encourage the offense. It's a big play. Same thing defensively. The offense is encouraging the defense to stop them. And as a team, you have to rise up on those critical plays, because they're the difference between extending a drive or stopping a team on defense. So those are huge plays in possession in the game, and we've got to continue to rise up to make those.
2 weeks in a row, you guys cause a huge turnover to have it overturned. How deflating is that?
Oh, I don't know. It's those kind of things. You know, it's kind of like the old pendulum and momentum. You know, they've kind of gone away from us the last 2 weeks, and I kind of figure if we keep playing, we're going to get our share of those calls. You know, and it's one of those things we talk about before the game. You know, we tell our players all the time the game's played before the game's even played. You know, we play the game on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Almost every situation that comes up in the game, we planned it beforehand. They're not snap decisions that we make. We make them before the game. And even the negative plays, I mean, we talk all the time to our team about, hey, we're going to have to overcome a bad call. You know, we can't fall apart because we get a poor call. So that's part of the game, and we got to be able to handle it and show maturity in those situations. We talk about press and pause all the time when something negative happens, and thinking about what the right response for our team is. And that's what mature teams do, and we want to be that kind of team. And, you know, good teams learn from adversity. And, you know, we've had some adversity the first 2 games. I think this past game is a game we could really learn from and really get better. And this is a kind of game that can help us as we move into the conference and start playing tough conference games.
Are a lot of these things, you know, what you
There's always a little bit of a growing pain, and really, it's just trying to get everybody on the same page. And the passing game is different because you have to get receivers and a quarterback on the same page, and there's a lot of different reactions and adjustments to coverages that you kind of have to see for everybody to learn from it. And we've learned a lot in the first few games. I think we'll see us starting to hit on some of those plays that we've just missed on. And as everybody learns collectively, the execution should just continue to improve. And we've told the players this offense, it's kind of like all of a sudden the light switch comes on and everything starts clicking, and that's when you have something. And so we're really pressing for that. The more reps that we get every day, the more understanding our kids have. And we should continue to improve as we play more games and practice more.
With an FCS team coming in, is there any talk about not overlooking them?
We're more concerned with us and respecting the opportunity to play. And we talk about that all the time. And there's a certain things you have to do during the week to play well on Saturday. You have to watch the film, you have to study, you have to practice hard. And believe me, there's been no let up in practice. It's been ramped up to another level. So our kids really don't have much time to really worry about that or concern about it. We have not played up to our capability, and we're pushing for that to play our very best. And this is another opportunity for us to do that.
Is Casey your number 2 guy the last couple of weeks in your mind? And how big of a decision, how much was he a part of the decision to start at Northwestern?
Well, Ganji was our starter at Northwestern. I don't know that I understand the question. We felt that Casey is a young player that hasn't played yet, and we felt like Ty Ganji had more experience, was more prepared to play against Northwestern. So that's really what went into the decision for the Northwestern game.
I guess the question is, was between Ganji and Casey as far as starting? Was all 3 guys equal?
No, it was really Ganji and Cornwell for the Northwestern game.
Coach, is it you have 3 wide receivers that are freshmen on the field at the same time, now a freshman quarterback. I know you want to win now, but is this kind of a long-term goal of building this program and getting these reps in?
No, this is a decision to win this weekend. We want to play the best players, and the kids that play because they earn the opportunity to play. And so, we don't have any throwaway games or practice games. I mean, we're trying to win, and we're making the decisions that we think will help us win this weekend. So that really has nothing to do with it at all. And so, we feel like we need to play better offensively, and that's why Casey's getting this opportunity to play.